Adrián, thanks for speaking with us. Congrats.
Thank you.
The players seemed pretty pleased with the performance, overall, the control of the game. What did you make of the whole 120 minutes?
First of all, I've survived, so that's important. I think well, it's a playoff game, so we know that it wouldn't be easy. There's no easy games right now, and anything can happen. Any opponent right now can beat you, and it's gonna be hard like this. I think we need to be proud of, especially, the first half. I think we've been very dominant, creating a lot of chances, executing the game plan perfectly, trying to avoid transitions, trying to stop Sears, 2v1s, obviously with Sonny's and also Miliet on the width. I think we've been also great on second balls and creating chances and playing in the half. But at the end of the day, you need to score. A game like that with a 0-0, you need to be careful, and with 1-0 the same. Second half, maybe it's been a little bit more broken, so we just started maybe being not that patient on the ball, maybe playing long balls so quick, and that allows us, doesn't allow us to maybe to be that close, and then you give them space for running again, and maybe we lost a little bit the control, but again, I think we've deserved it much more than 1-1. So it was a matter of, keeping insisting, believing until the end with that mindset that we have as a part of our identity. And players were so tired. We needed to make some changes, but I'm so proud of the team, how they've performed today. You can see that we are a team. Doesn't matter who plays, so you can struggle, you can have adversities, but at the end of the day, the connection that we have between us and also with fans, so give us this result and also this amazing performance.
Is there anything, you mentioned the changes you had to make that were forced. Is there anything you can share about Tara or Gabby's status at this point?
Well, obviously, we need to check on them tomorrow. Tara was her ankle. I don't think it's nothing big, but obviously at that moment she couldn't walk properly, and you cannot take risk in this situation. So we've decided to bring another player. And Gabby, she felt something in that sprint in her hamstring. So again, we need to see how she is tomorrow and the next days. But the good thing is, obviously, it's not ideal losing players, but Kate have done a great job. Then we've brought Keisha also. And with the game like that, it's not easy to play, just to jump in and try to perform. And I think, again, it shows that we are not just 11 players. We have a deep roster, and that's something that is giving us a lot.
Andre.
Thanks for talking with us, Adrián, and congrats on the win. Wanted to ask about Louisville's approach. We were kind of expecting them to high press and come out, but they really sat off you the entire game until you scored the goal. Were you anticipating that? And if not, how did you adjust the team to kind of try and take advantage of that?
Yeah, we were thinking that maybe they would have been a little bit more aggressive, but also we were expecting a lot of long balls from keeper, from center backs, even though if they just play like 2-3 short passes, getting the ball into the outside backs. At the end of the day, we knew that they wanted to find Flynn, to find Sears, Wheeler. So at the end of the day, I think we've done a great job, not just winning the 50-50, because at the end, it's not easy to win that 50-50 against Flynn sometimes, but especially the second balls. So I think we've been very close to each other. Lacey, Croy, Hal, wingers, Rose and Sophia going inside and being able to win that second ball. And also I think the back line has done a great job dropping, protecting our back, because we know that they were dangerous also flicking those balls. And I think defensively, we didn't want to lose too many players just jumping and pressing, because we know that they would, just try to find those long balls. So I think as a team, we've done a great job collectively.
And I wanted to talk about the penalty shootout. Hal talked to us a bit in the mixed zone and told us that you basically tell the players what the order is, and then you just say, "All right, bye." Is there a psychological reason for just being like?
Did she say that? Like
Yeah,
that?
she did.
Okay.
But
It's
is there-
hard. It's hard.
yeah, but psychologically, is there a reason to just kind of like? Do you not want to settle the like, elevate the nerves with any more words than are necessary?
Okay. I don't want to show, our strategy, but we've been working a lot on PKs, not just the last week. So the last weeks, and I say months, sorry. And also last season, we did the same process. We've been working with our sports psychologist. Every player has a routine. We take care of a lot of details about, routines, breathing exercises, obviously what we want to spread as a team, body language. There is a huge protocol behind the PKs. So at that moment, we didn't want to waste too much time. So that's why the information was already, said before, and it was a matter just to say the order. And obviously, we have an amazing goalkeeper coach who is scouting all players, and Aubrey is amazing also analyzing and identifying where the players can shoot. And yeah, it's a collective team. A collective thing. It's not just about the player who takes the PK. So we all take the PKs, but there's a lot of work behind. So tell Hal that it's not just that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thomas.
You mentioned Aubrey just now. How much confidence does it give this group going into situations like that shootout, just knowing her track record in those situations?
I think it's amazing, the confidence that she has. Also, what she brings, to the team, to the fans, the connection. She gave us a lot last season, and we believe a lot on her potential. It's not just about the ability to save. It's again the ability to analyze, to memorize, learn every single opponent, and that's so difficult. And there's a lot of work behind, a lot of responsibility also for her. So all the credit on her, because I cannot imagine, the pressure that you need to feel when you are there as a keeper. You need to be able to manage that situation. And she shows what she is. It's one of the best goalkeepers in this league and in this country. And when the moments like that appear, she handles the pressure like that. So it's amazing having her as a goalkeeper.
And then with Trin today, you had her on the bench, but then she didn't warm up, and it seemed clear enough that it wasn't the plan for her to have a role today. Can you just take us through the decision-making process there?
Well, she's checking the boxes really good. She's been working so hard, honestly, to try to to be where she is right now, doing everything and even more that she can do. So I think all the credit on her, because of that, now she had the chance today to be on the bench, to be honest. And also as a leader, it was so important for her and for the team, for the fans, to see her there, and she can help the team in a different ways. And I think today she had a great role as a leader, and obviously we were saying that before. We are just taking the things day by day, but the good thing is she's improving a lot, because of the work that she's doing, and also all the performance and medical department. We are working to keep checking those boxes, but I think we are in a good spot.
Adrián, Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. I want to go back to Aubrey Kingsbury for a moment. Can you tell when you're standing down there if she's having a psychological impact on the other team when they have to face her?
What do you think? It's obviously she's so good on that. Her presence, body language. Just need to see her. I mean, it's not just about, again, saving. There is a lot of work behind. I don't want to say it here publicly, but we take care of a lot of details. When you go to a shootout like that, you have two options. You can, just see what happens, and try to have luck. there's a lot of uncertainty for sure, but you can prepare that and you can have different strategies. And I think we've been doing a great job on that. And also she's really good on that, especially here playing at home. The connection that she has with our fans is amazing. So obviously there is an emotional and psychological approach, of course.
Hi, Adrián. Congratulations on the win. You guys obviously celebrate with the 12th man, the 12th player, what you guys like to call them, Rowdy Audi. Just that moment right afterwards as you guys give up a goal to tie this match, it seemed like the fans got to their feet and rallied this team to the eventual win. What can you say about how Audi always just seems to have your guys' back in the toughest moments?
Yeah, a big thank you. I mean, we love them a lot. Again, today the atmosphere was amazing. We play with 12. That's a fact. And anytime that you are going through an adversity, maybe you are getting tired or you concede a goal, in that moment, that's so difficult, to keep pushing because, again, psychologically, there is a lot of, thoughts and emotions there that maybe you can feel like, woof, we had it and then we are going to lose it. But this team never gives up. So we've shown that mentality. And again, that connection with fans is not just a coincidence that today they were like that. We've been building that the last 2 years. And we feel it, we feel them. And I think they enjoy it. Let's see if we can have one day, again, a normal game or not that I don't want to die there one day on the bench. But at the end of the day, the emotions and the energy that they bring, it's so contagious. And players, sometimes you need that extra push, and that's thanks to them.
And you kind of talked about it a little bit already with Trinity Rodman in her scenario. She was good enough to be in as a substitute today. Was there ever a scenario where maybe this team got down or there's, players in and out that she was going to make it into this game at all today?
To be honest, that's a personal opinion. I always take the decisions in that moment. I mean, it depends on, obviously you can have information before the game, but it depends on what you are feeling in that moment. And it's about a feeling because I have a lot of information or feelings on the bench, on the sideline, so I see the players who can continue, who cannot, how the opponent is attacking or defending, where we have advantages. So all the decisions, if we bring one player, you cannot anticipate that, to be honest. So today I think we were doing great. The first half, it's been great. Second half also same. So all the credit also to the players that were playing. And sometimes if you make a lot of moves, you can provoke different things. So we thought that the players that were playing were doing great. We changed a little bit the way that we were defending to protect us a little bit more with Rebe and Hal in the middle because we were expecting that maybe they were just starting to play a little bit long balls, and that's why. But it was great.
Jeff Kasufi, ESPN. Sorry, I'm in the back, Adrián.
Sorry.
I want to go back to that moment going into extra time. I mean, you mentioned the crowd, but more so internally. You give up that late goal. You talked about the psychology of it. You mentioned maybe the second half was a little bit choppier than the first and then you would have liked. So what did you feel needed that adjustment tactically going into the extra 30 when maybe they had a little bit of momentum, and even just emotionally, what do you say to the team when you've just conceded a game that was right there for the taking?
Well, I think it was a matter of being patient on the ball because at the end of the day, if you don't disorganize them and they were just holding and floating a little bit, just waiting. So if you just play long, when they are organized, obviously they are good in the air and they can win that second and then they can transition, make a transition. So I think we need a little bit more patience on the ball, try to disorganize them much more. And I think we could have maybe insist a little bit more on progressing through the width, finding Rose, finding Kate, then Paige outside because we were creating a lot of chances outside. And from there we could have maybe options for crosses. And defending-wise, I think we've done a great job also defending those second balls. Obviously, players were so fatigued. And I was believing because at the end of the day, it was like, okay, there's no chance that we can lose this game. All the credit to the players that they've done a great job. So it was a matter of just keep insisting. That's the mentality that we have. Even though you are tired, you can feel that maybe, okay, it's a 1-1, but we've done a lot of things to win that game, honestly. And yeah, it was a matter of bringing energy, keep pushing them, and also believing that the opportunity and the goal would come.
My name is Elise, and I'm a junior reporter from IWLs. And my question is, now that you've secured a win, what is your mentality going into the finals?
That's a good question. Thank you. The mentality is always similar. We like taking the games like one day at a time. So we know that today would be a tough game. So today was about today, trying to be present, trying to be focused on what we had to do today. And now it's time to celebrate it, time to rest, try to recover, and then next week we will prepare the next one, as we always do. So the mentality is always similar. We try to focus on every training session, being present, and don't think too much about the past or the future, because both don't exist. So we like to be more present.
Buenas tardes, Adrián. Felicitaciones en la victoria. Este partido es una copia de lo que fue los playoffs del año pasado y habla un poco de la mentalidad del equipo. ¿Cómo afrontan este tipo de adversidades en estos tipos de partidos?
Sí, tiene ciertas similitudes, pero bueno, al final diferentes contextos, partidos, pero como bien decía antes, al final creo que el equipo ha ido construyendo esa mentalidad, esa identidad durante estos 2 últimos años. Hemos conseguido muchos goles en los últimos minutos, hemos dado la vuelta al marcador en muchos partidos y es un equipo que nunca se rinde. Entonces al final tenemos una mentalidad muy competitiva, en entrenamientos intentamos fomentar eso. A partir de ahí luego, pues como bien decía, la conexión con nuestra afición nos ayuda muchísimo a seguir insistiendo y creyendo hasta el final. Lo hemos demostrado muchas veces y es algo que el equipo sigue haciendo. Creo que es una señal de identidad muy clara y a partir de ahí, pues bueno, sabemos que van a haber adversidades en el camino y que no va a ser fácil. Estamos en los playoffs y cualquier equipo pues está aquí por algo y cualquier equipo puede ganar y puede perder.
Y la segunda pregunta que tengo es de curiosidad. ¿Quién estaba en el slot 4 a 5 de los penales?
¿A qué te refieres?
De la lista de
¿La lista?
tiradas, sí.
Después de... a ver si me acuerdo. Después de Hall.
Después de Hall, sí.
No me acuerdo. I don't remember, honestly. Lo he dicho yo la lista, pero imagínate. Se me ha olvidado la memoria. De verdad, lo siento.
No te preocupes, gracias.
Let's go one question per so we could get to everyone. Colin?
Don't worry, it's not about Monday.
It's okay. No? Nigeria? Deb?
So the first one is, this season, we started this at the beginning, talking about so many injuries on this team, and now we've come full circle again. Such a lot of injuries going into the playoffs. What was the mindset for you? How does that impact the way you prepare for these playoffs and then going forward into the semifinal and then hopefully the final?
Well, I mean, injuries obviously are there. It's not ideal, but I think we are doing a great job managing, trainings, loads, and recovery. It's been a hard season because, as you know, we've been playing 2 competitions at the same time. It was the first time, so most of the players weren't used to play 2 competitions. So we had a lot of week games and a lot of weeks where we play every 3-4 days, and it's not easy, to be honest. But I think we've been managing that really good. And now, obviously, sometimes at this point of the season, it's common, unfortunately, to maybe pick up some injuries. We had maybe also half of the roster the last weeks traveling around the world with the national teams, playing games, a lot of travel. So that's an extra fatigue, but it is what it is. We are trying to do our best managing the players' recovery, rest, and the training, and I think we are doing good. So again, having all the players available helps you to to in case you pick up an injury that can happen, so you'll have other options. So I think right now it's a matter of just keep trying to help the players to be as fit as possible, recovering, and from there, with the availability that we have, we are going to compete.
Buenas tardes, coach. Quiero que me hable sobre el compromiso de las jugadoras. Este juego tuvo por momentos un juego bastante dinámico. Por momentos el equipo jugó con la bola y llegó con varios pases hasta la portería rival y por momentos se sacrificaron en defensa. Hablan un poquito del compromiso de las jugadoras de ir cambiando el juego, depende de las situaciones.
Bueno, al final es un poco como lo comentaba antes, es sensación de que cualquier equipo al final te va a atacar, te va a hacer daño y hay momentos que te toca pues saber estar sin balón, porque ojalá pudiéramos estar 90 minutos atacando, pero es que los otros equipos también juegan y lo hacen muy bien. Y creo que Louisville ha hecho mucho mérito también en toda la temporada y ahora mismo pues también era un equipo peligroso y también sabe hacerte daño con balón. A partir de ahí, hoy era un partido de muchísima exigencia, sobre todo porque había muchas situaciones de juego directo, de caídas, de segundas acciones. Sabíamos que sus laterales, las dos, se incorporaban mucho hacia arriba y ahí tanto Rose como Sofía tenían que ayudarnos porque si no generaban situaciones de 2 contra 1. Y bueno, ha sido un partido muy exigente también a nivel físico. Entonces creo que las jugadoras se han vaciado, lo han dado todo y muy orgulloso de ellos.
Muchas gracias y felicidades.
A ti.
Hi, right here. Congrats on the win. You talked a lot about the mental side of the game and having sports psychologists come in and talk with the players. I'm curious if that's something you've kind of adopted along, in your career as a coach, or if this is something that you thought the team kind of needed, especially being in those high-pressure moments, as you said, over the past few seasons. And kind of how important is that, especially, right now, someone said that at this point in the game, everything's mental because everyone's tired, and that's kind of so important to kind of get through these last few weeks.
That's a great one. If I'm honest with you, I think that's more important than the tactics. For me, I do value that a lot. Me personally, I've been working for many years with a sports psychologist for myself because I need to know how to manage also my emotions as a leader, to transmit what I want and being aware, about your thoughts, your emotions, how you have to manage those situations because at the end of the day, we deal with a lot of pressure. Coaches, players, in this, job, it's wonderful, but you need to know how to manage those situations. And players also, they get exposed every day. And being a soccer player is not easy. We just see the goals, the highlights, but being there, in front of 20,000 people with a lot of judgments, with a lot of pressure, knowing that you have a lot of responsibility, you need to know how to manage that. So, I do believe that that's so important. I spend a lot of time personally and also transmitting that to the team. We care a lot about that. Fortunately, we have a person who can help us. Also, some players, they are doing their job out of the club too. I think that's something that as an athlete, professional athlete, you need to integrate in your routine. It's the same that you train your body, tactics, physicality. So your mind, your emotions, psychologically, you need to be prepared. Not just to play a game, it's to play also to maintain your performance in this type of games.
Take a few more. Yeah, go to this side.
Adrián, congrats on the win. You talked about the forced substitutions of Tara and of Gabby, but I wanted to talk about Rose and Gift also came off, and it looked like they had taken a few knocks. Is that something that you're going to be concerned about, or is it just just the physicality of the game and just the tactical substitutions?
Yeah, at some point, connecting with that, you just feel that okay, maybe they are not 100% at that moment. They got some knocks, and it was time to sub them because again, Rose, she played a lot, and also coming from Africa with the national team, Monday the same, she had a personal also situation the last week, so there is a lot of things behind the decisions that obviously when you see that a player maybe is not at her best in that moment with all the fatigue, the risk of injury also is high. So we wanted just to prevent that, but nothing serious.
Thank you.
Coach, felicitaciones por esta victoria y porque vas para las semifinales. Tengo una pregunta sobre lo que ocurrió con Fisher, algo pues negativo, y también, no sé si me la vas a responder porque tú dices que no vas mucho al futuro, pero con quién te gustaría enfrentarte, si contra Portland o contra San Diego Wave?
Me da igual.
Okay.
¿Y qué pasó con Fisher?
El gol que hizo la Racing Louisville, ¿qué opinas sobre ese gol? Porque fue algo negativo para nosotros.
Bueno, pues un gol que al final pues no es ideal encajarlo, evidentemente, y menos en ese momento, pero bueno, también lo decía, que puede pasar. Al final creo que ellas pues tenían también sus armas, sabíamos que eran peligrosas, sobre todo en transiciones, cuando habían pérdidas. Es un equipo que es muy vertical y tiene jugadoras arriba que son poderosas y lo hacen muy bien. Creo que bueno, que al final muchas de las ocasiones que ellas han tenido también han sido por errores nuestros, de a lo mejor alguna pérdida, pero al final no me gustaría catalogar el partido solo como algo negativo por ese gol. Creo que las jugadoras han hecho un grandísimo partido, un esfuerzo maravilloso y bueno, pues eso puede pasar. Creo que lo más importante es que el equipo luego se ha rehecho, ha seguido compitiendo hasta el final y bueno, hemos podido tener el resultado que queríamos.
Por cierto, Lacey Santos le gustaría enfrentarse contra Portland por su amiga.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Audrey.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have Aubrey Kingsbury and Gift Monday in here in a second.